ball is deflected.
I don't think that can be pass interference on Leroy Irvin. That was good defense. He was out there man-to-man on Clint Didier.
If that's what the call is after that ball is deflected, that belongs to anyone.
You see, I think the field judge is coming in there and telling the back judge.
Number 47 on the defense. Automatic first down.
Now, I don't think that's right. I thought that was good defense. I thought that Irvin and the ball arrived about the same time. Watch it. It's right here. That's Didier, the receiver. Irvin starts to go back, comes up. He has to be able to go for the ball. I don't see any interference on that.
There might be a review. I think another penalty marker has been thrown. Leroy Irvin obviously really upset.
Well, you know, I know.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 47 on the defense. Still first down.
I know what he's upset about. I mean, he's out there. He's playing against a 6'5", 240-pound guy. The ball's in the air. He has to be able to do something. Watch it again. Here it comes to Didier. He's coming up. He has a right to go for the ball. He sticks his left arm around him. He knocks the ball out of there. Now, I don't know what the guy has to do. I mean, you can't let him do nothing back there. Just let him catch the ball.
Got to play defense, don't you? Schrader going right to work out to Monk. Hit hard early and quickly by Jerry Gray, but he still got 7 yards. That's one he'll think about for a while.
That's what he's telling him. Art Monk is not a talkative guy anyway. Jerry Gray said something to him, and Art Monk said something right back to him. There could be some guys in the league that can be intimidated. Art Monk is not one of them.
Never has been.
Never will be.
2nd down and 3. Redskins on the move at the Ram. 22-yard line. Make it the 21. Rodgers over the left side. First down. Gain of 4. Redskins leading 3-0. Reggie Doss made the stop.
You know, over the years, the Redskins have made a lot of mileage over that left side, right in there behind Russ Grimm and Joe Jacoby. You can talk about all-pro linemen, but I think when you get Bostic to center and Grimm and Jacoby healthy, there is too good of offensive linemen as there are in this league.
And over the years, as you say, they have been. Those two side by side are a full truckload. On first down is Rodgers. Inside 15, about the 13. Sean Miller tripped him up.
I know, you know, we look at both sidelines here, and I think both of them went in with that same type of game plan to get control of the game,
early.
Control the ball early, run it, let your offensive line dominate their defensive line. Thus far, the Redskins have done it.
Neither one of them, John, feel that they have great come-from-behind teams.
Well, the Rams have had some tough breaks. They had a turnover, and they've had 30 yards of penalties on this drive.
That's Rodgers dodging, gets back to about the line of scrimmage, and that's about it before Vince Newsom knocked him down.
We'll see the left side over there. They're trying to get in there. See, they have the scoop block. Grimm gets his guy. They don't get the linebacker, and Newsom, who's the safety, was up in the backfield. That's always tough because you don't account for those safeties.
3rd down and 7. Kelvin Bryant lined up deep. Schrader back to throw. Kelvin Bryant out of the backfield. Touchdown Redskins. He got it out of the pack. To see him where you just did, in the end zone.
Well, they have that combination. George Rodgers doing the running work, Kelvin Bryant coming in for Rodgers and doing the passing work out of the backfield.
Atkinson for the extra point. Schrader holding to make it 10-0. And does. the touchdown.
One thing about Jay Schrader, he's going to look deep. He's not going to look for the short guy. He's going to look for the guy in the end zone, and he finds him.
Redskins lead 10-0, 2:26 left first quarter. Pat Summerall, John Madden. We're at RFK Stadium, the wild card game between the Rams and the Redskins. And Jay Schrader just hit Kelvin Bryant with a 14-yard touchdown pass. The Redskins lead it 10-0. Mickey Sutton and Charles White back deep. There's Steve Cox. Kicks it off, a knuckler. Trying to find a handle is Sutton, and he finally does, and finally comes out of the pack. He's hit by Darrell Green, and finally, with some help from some more Redskins, he's down at the 25.
Let's watch the touchdown again. Here's Kelvin Bryant. He's just going to run right through the zone here and catch a touchdown pass here. But watch the move that he makes. He makes the old street head fake right here. Watch him right there. See, he turns and looks out. That brings him up, takes him really taking a bite, and now he runs right through him. Watch him. You see, they take the bite on that head fake. He runs right through him, splits the entire zone.
At the 25, the Rams give it to Dickerson. And Dickerson gets a couple of tough yards. Calvin Daniels, there's the man who scored the touchdown.
Tell you, you know, last week he got hit against the Eagles, and they found on Monday he had blood in his urine. So they hospitalized him, checked his ribs and kidneys, and then they didn't know early in the week if he'd even be able to play this week. But he came out, practiced later in the week, talked to him yesterday and said he's fine. Everything cleared up.
Henry Ellard is split wide to the right. Kevin House to the left. Everett back to throw. Oh, he's got a man. Look out. Kevin House had about 4 steps on the nearest defender, who was Curtis Jordan. And he finally got him down. If he had been able to stay on his feet, the Rams would have been on the scoreboard.
Well, the Redskins are in a zone. You see, Tim Morrison was looking into the backfield. Kevin House just ran right by Morrison. Then the safety, Curtis Jordan, didn't get over there. I'll tell you, Everett just got that ball off.
That's Darrell Grant that hit him. He never saw that completion. 45-yard gain, they say now. Ram first down inside the Redskin 30. Dickerson deep. But Redden gets the carry, and Redden gets only a couple. Darrell Grant tripped him up.
You know what the Redskins are doing? They're putting Darrell Green, who's their all-pro corner, number 28 there. They're putting him man-to-man on Henry Ellard, figuring that Ellard is the best of the Rams receivers. And then they're letting Tim Morrison, who's a rookie, cover Kevin House. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Rams go to House more today than they go to Ellard.
Well, the House got open. This probably, unless it's a quick incompletion, is the last play of the first quarter. That was Redden in motion, and that's Dickerson hammering into the Redskins secondary down to the 20. A gain of 7. And that'll be the end of the first quarter. Dominated by turnovers in the Redskins as they lead it 10-0 at RFK Stadium. The 1986 playoffs were the wild card game at RFK Stadium between the Rams and the Redskins. And at the end of the first quarter, Washington 10, the Rams nothing. Washington had 5 first downs in the first quarter. The Rams had 4. But penalties and turnovers, quick ones, helped the Redskins get to the scoreboard. A touchdown pass from Schrader to Kelvin Bryant, and a field goal by Atkinson is how they molded the lead. Third down. Redden and Dickerson in the backfield. Redden coming out. Handoff Dickerson, and he gets the first down. Hurls himself down to about the 17. Todd Bowles again on the stop along with Charles Mann.
You know, the interesting thing about that play is how Dickerson can start, and he's just running to the left. He starts to the left, and then he's just going to cut and go any place he can. Watch him here. He starts here out, boom, he sees something, hits it back to the inside, wherever he finds a soft spot.
And he can find them. On first down, Dickerson again, looking for the soft spot. Ball came loose, flag is down, fumble, flags. Redskins have the ball, but hold it a second. There's a penalty marker down.
Holding, number 81, offense. Penalty decline, first down the other way.
On David Hill. Tim Morrison came up with the football for the Redskins, and the Rams are stymied again. Redskins take over. Rams on the move, and a dismayed John Robinson. It's one thing he feared most.
Still in the second quarter, the Rams again have good field position. First down and 10 at the Redskins' 29-yard line.
Look out for the Rams. Look out for David Hill. He's a factor. Ball is on the ground, and it looks like it must be a fumble. Nobody has indicated otherwise. Dale Oaklowitz came up with it. David Hill is still back here, and now the official back at the spot where Hill went down says he was down, and they're going to bring it all back, I think.
They are bringing it back. I don't know if they're going to give the ball back to the Rams or the Redskins. The official, Al Jury, was standing right there, and he stayed right there, and he kept pointing to the position.
Ball carrier's knee is down, in possession of the football. Still their ball.
Still the Rams' ball. Look at it.
Let's watch it here to see if he went down. There's the knee down right there. He had possession. Now, after that, he loses possession. So what he said is right. He had possession when the knee went down.
Still a Rams ball. Second and 8.
I think they're going to look at that on instant replay, though, Pat. They just stopped the play, so they're talking to the referee.
John Robinson with a little bit of disgust in his mind. And Joe Gibbs looking on and conversing with people up in the press box. The Redskins are saying and starting a chant now of, hey, it's our ball. Redskins, Redskins. And they still continue to review.
Well, see, number 106 there, the back judge, he's the guy that made the call. So he's the guy that they have to talk into and see what he says.
Instant replay is reviewed and determined that the ball was fumbled, recovered by the Redskins. The Redskins at the 45-yard line, first down.
It helps to play at home.
Let's look at that one. I guess you can say that his knee hit and the ball wasn't fumbled yet, but there was no control of it.
A big break for the Redskins, who have now advanced the ball to the Rams' 40-yard line, where it's third down and 6.
This time, Schrader gets it downfield to Sanders. That's enough for another Redskin first down, a gain of 10. Jerry Gray on the coverage.
There's a big play guy. You know, Sanders is one of those guys, rookie USFL guy, who makes big plays. Joe Gibbs says last week against the Eagles, Sanders made one of the best catches he's ever seen in his life. He said he just has a feeling downfield in that open field of being able to adjust and get to any ball.
And very soft hands. Says you never hear the ball when he catches it.
Calls him a big yardage guy.
First down, Redskins at the Ram 29. Rogers to the 20 or 21. Eckern tripped him up, but Rogers got 8.
You know, the Redskins are playing the type of game that both teams wanted to play. Watch the left side of the line there. Watch Grimm, 68. Jacoby, 66. Watch the movement. Grimm fires out. Jacoby gets his guy going back. Grimm is out there, and that's a big hole for Rogers. I'll tell you, did you see Joe Jacoby and Reggie Doss?
Yes.
Whew. That's what you call taking him for a ride.
Second down. They need 2 for a first. They give again Rogers, and he'll have the first. And more. with 6.
You know, both teams, Pat, get $6,000 for this game. The right guard of the Redskins, R.C. Thielman, he wants to buy a tractor with his money. Everyone was excited about getting into playoffs. Thielman was excited because he said he could buy a John Deere tractor now.
Washington in this drive. They've been on the move and running the clock down with 4:40 left. And they give again to Rodgers. Hit from behind, but he still falls for a gain of 2. Reggie Doss.
I think Greg Meisner got penetration there. I don't think Jeff Bostic got Meisner, number 69. And if you're going to run the ball, you have to get some movement on that nose tackle. You can't let him get any penetration. Watch your nose tackle right over the center. You see, he gets penetration. It's a double team. He just split that thing and got in there enough to knock the ball carrier off.
2nd and 8. Kelvin Bryant replaces Rodgers. Bryant gets the carry. Inside the 5 to about the 3 is Bryant. Maybe the 2. Wilshire finally got him down. First down, Redskins, a gain of 9 by Bryant.
I'll tell you, talking about the nose tackle, watch the job that they do on the nose tackle this time. If he gets here, you can't, but if you get him going back here, you can run. Now watch the fire out there. Bostic starts out, Thielman helps him. They get him going backwards. See, then they get him turned, and that's the hole that Kelvin Bryant could get in. If you get that guy going backwards, you're always going to have a big soft spot in there.
And that runner is going to have a place to go. Rodgers is back behind Warren. Handoff Rodgers. Tripped up. Line of scrimmage. That's all. Sean Miller was the first Ram on the scene.
You know, it's a funny thing. We talk about the nose tackle. You get 2 plays. He makes a play. They don't make anything. Then the play that they get him going backwards is when they make the run.
2nd and goal from just outside the 4. 10-0 Redskins leading the Rams. That's George Rodgers looking ahead and hoping. He's going to get it. And he's to about the 1.5-yard line, tripped up by Wilshire.
They have the big thing. They have Donnie Warren, who's right in front of Rodgers. He's looking. He knows he's going to get the ball, reading the whole thing, getting right in behind Warren, then seeing there's nothing there, then cutting back against the grain.
Kelvin Bryant behind Schrader. Sprint out left. Schrader's got some room himself, but he doesn't get in. Leroy Irvin stopped him, no gain. Not what they had in mind, and now they'll have to settle field goal.
Well, I think it was one of those option things that they were looking for, where he's going to roll out. He's going to roll out here, and he's looking. He doesn't have anyone. He doesn't have Monk in there right then. He had to decide to run. He had the blockers in front of him, but Leroy Irvin got through that line of blockers and made the tackle.
Schrader now right at the 10-yard line, and so it'll be a 20-yard field goal attempt by Jess Atkinson. Yes, I'm ready. And yes, it's good. And it's 13-0 with 1:05 left to play in the first half. The Redskins over the Rams. They've been able to move and take advantage of turnovers.
5 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. 3rd and 3. Redskins at the Rams' 33-yard line.
Schrader outside Sanders. Driven backwards, but he got the first down. A gain of 5. Johnny Johnson, the defender, but they'll move the markers.
This really isn't Jay Schrader's type of game. But Jay Schrader is playing with discipline and patience that you have to play against a Ram defense.
Because of their zone philosophy.
That's right. I mean, you can't go for the big ones. You can't let them get you off balance. You just have to nickel and dime them.
Sanders goes wide to the left this time, and Monk is split out of your picture to the right. That's Didier on the move. Schrader fakes. Fires to Monk. Interesting Joe Gibbs comment yesterday when we were doing our regular ritual. And you said, what about Art Monk? And he said, Art Monk is Art Monk.
And I think of all the guys, if Joe Gibbs has a favorite player, I think it's Art Monk. I mean, he's the type, first guy out at practice, last guy to leave, never miss a practice, never miss a game, never miss a play. You know, if there's such a thing as Mr. Dependable, that's Art Monk.
Second down. Rogers is back. Rogers left side to about just short of the 20. Stopped by Mike Wilcher, but a gain of 3. Third down. That's Kelvin Bryant on the move. Schrader back quickly, fires. Clark incomplete. And we'll have another look at Jess Atkinson. Johnny Johnson was the defender. That Ram defense has been on the field an awful long time today. And the fact that they've only given up 13 points, I think, is a pretty good tribute to them.
Well, they've done a good job of holding the Redskins off, but they haven't been able to get the ball back. You know, they haven't been able to take it away. They haven't been able to get that good field position, and I think the Redskins have been just wearing them down.
Atkinson this time from 28 yards, 38 yards, make it. He's hit 2. He hit another one. 16-0. Redskins over the Rams.
You know, it's funny how the Redskins have had 3 kickers this year, with Atkinson being the third guy. They had him in training camp. They waived him, and then they brought him back. He still remembers how to give those low fives, but a guy sitting around is on the streets. They play against Denver. The guy doesn't kick any. They bring in this guy. He lives in the area. Bring him back. Now this guy's kicking in playoff games.
Most important thing if you're a kicker is to find somebody to blame.
I'll tell you one thing. You're talking about blaming. You showed me that letter that he wrote to the editor of the Washington Post defending his college coach, Bobby Ross, and the Maryland program.
White has it bounce off his hands. Cox's kickoff it is, and that puts the Rams in another deep hole.
That's the kind of day it is for these guys.
All right. Well, the last time they were here in a playoff game, the score was 51-7, I think. Today it's 16-0, and nothing good has happened. Here comes Everett back in. I thought he might go to Bartkowski. Not that Everett's done that bad a job.
I don't think that's the problem. As I said, I just feel that the Redskins have jumped on top and smothered them. Kept that bag over their head all day, and whoever you put at quarterback isn't going to change that, at least in this position.
2:52 left, third quarter. Dickerson. And Dickerson gives him some breathing room. Picks up 11 before Dexter Manley tripped him up with help from Curtis Jordan. But they moved the first down yard. Eric Dickerson, 18 times 82 yards. The key statistic on him today, without degrading his great talent, is those 2 fumbles. Redden outside the 20. Gain of 5. Manley again. John Robinson. He said we've got to go back and start to do again what we do best, and that's run it.
Yeah, but it's hard to do when you get down 16-0 and you're getting towards the end of the third quarter.
2nd and 5. Dickerson again, and Dickerson comes. Good night. Somebody's going to have to really run. It's going to be Darrell Green from behind. Dickerson down at the 15. I didn't think anybody would catch him when he came out of the pack like that.
I'll tell you, except Darrell Green. Darrell Green is the fastest guy in the NFL, and he proved it there. That was a great race. That was like watching the 100-yard dash in the Olympics or something. Watch here, Dickerson breaks through. He's out in the open. There's no one there. Watch 28 from behind. That is a great football play. I mean, Darrell Green is in the Pro Bowl, but if he weren't, just on that play alone, he should be.
And that illustrates to you why he has that mantle. The fastest guy around. Here's Dickerson inside the 15. Manley again on the bottom of the pile. Dickerson was clocked in high school 9.4 in the 100. Darrell Green is quicker than that.
Darrell Green is still trying to get the oxygen back, though. And I'll tell you, not only that play, but Darrell Green has done a heck of a job on Ellard. The #1 receiver of the Rams has yet to catch a pass, and Darrell Green has been on him all day.
2nd and 9. Rams go with a 2 tight end setup. Johnson and Hill, and they give to Dickerson, looking for some room. He gets a little bit. Down to about the 11. That'll bring up a 3rd down package. Only 2. Again, Manley. Clock running now. That would be to the end of the 3rd quarter, down to 5 seconds. Everett walking over to the bench, and the Rams will be content to let it run out. That's the end of the 3rd quarter with the score Washington 16. The Rams nothing. Playoffs of 1986. This is the wild card game between the Rams and the Redskins. And the Redskins lead with a quarter to play. 16-0. It's 3rd and 7. Jim Everett looking for somebody to give it to. In the end zone. Touchdown, Kevin House. The crowd suddenly went quiet as Everett, out of the pocket, looked, searched, and finally found.
Well, watch him here. He has good pass protection. You see, he has a pretty good thing there. There's no one to throw to. He pumps once. He's still looking. Man is chasing him. He gets rid of it, finds House right on the corner of the goal line. Whew. I tell you, hey, that was some play for House to catch that ball, stay there, and come down with both feet in bounds.
Get it in bounds. A very, very important extra point right here. And it's good at 16-7. Just barely in bounds, the touchdown. Look at this.
This was one of the big things that was a plus for the Rams this year, is getting Kevin House. Remember when he was just waived by Tampa Bay. The Rams were looking for a receiver, and they come up with this guy.
The Rams soon have the ball back. 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Eric Dickerson is the lone setback. And the handoff is to Dickerson, and there is nothing there. Calvin Daniels was the first Redskin defender.
You know, Dickerson's the type of guy that you just keep pounding in there at him, and you hope that on one, like they did the last time, boom, that he'll break it through and get that big play for you.
Eric, number 29. Barry Redden now lines up to his right. He got a yard, and we'll make it 2nd and 9. Everett back to throw. Has some time and throws, almost has it picked off by Darrell Green. That ball slipped out of his hand. Kevin House, the intended receiver, and he and the Rams, Everett and the Rams, lucky that that one was not picked off.
Hey, you watch Everett now. Now he's looking at David Hill first in the middle. He was looking for David Hill. Slater runs man by. Now he has to turn. You see, but what he did is he was stepping forward like he was throwing in the middle, but he threw out to his right. So he really didn't have the power on it, the zip on it. The thing kind of died on him. It was almost intercepted.
3rd and 9. He operates out of the spread formation this time and has some time, and he's got some room to run. He should be able to get the first down, and does. To the 35, Curtis Jordan up in his face, but Everett, who's a big, good athlete, 6'5" and 212.
Watch him. He starts off here. They get a good block on man. You see Slater gets man, who's the end man. He gets him to the inside. So when Everett goes back and there's nothing open, he has everything caved in to the inside. Watch it here on the left side of the screen. You see when 71 takes the inside, they collapse that whole side.
Dickerson to the left. Stopped by Millot. A gain of 3.
I've always thought that a running back, a great running back, gets stronger as he goes. Here's Dickerson. His first 5, second 5, third 5, look, and then the fourth. And you can see him going from 12 to 14 to 38 to 85. I've always felt that way about Eric Dickerson.
And all good running backs. 2nd and 7. Dickerson, the lone setback behind Everett. Redden in motion. Everett looking left. Pass complete. The defender, it was Henry Ellard. The defender never saw the ball coming.
That was Vernon Dean. It looked like Vernon Dean, number 32. Watch him on top of the screen. He gets turned around. He's facing that way, and look, he's still looking for the ball. Vernon Dean is yet to see it. It looks down. How did Henry Ellard get it? That's the first reception he's had today.
It is. And the Rams move into Redskin territory. Dickerson butts heads with Curtis Jordan. Pickup of 2. Dickerson again well over that 100-yard figure. And a very durable individual. In fact, John Robinson said to us yesterday, we saw his most serious injury, which was to his toe. Clock running. 16-7, Redskins leading. Back to Dickerson again. And here he goes. Inside the 45, another gain of 2. Bring up a 3rd down situation, and they'll have to put it up again. Kelvin Bryant, who, as John Madden was pointing out earlier in the ball game, suffered some bruised or broken ribs. They weren't sure in the game against Philadelphia last week. Now having his pads worked on. Dickerson on the sideline. 3rd and 6. Darren Long and Barry Redden back with Everett in the spread, and again looks out of the pocket to Long. That's going to be very, very close.
I'll tell you, it depends on how they mark this one. Although I'm sure with a score 16-7, the Rams are going to go for it anyway. But it looked like Long had the first down. Looked like he had possession of the ball beyond the first down marker.
Going to be 4th.
Oh, I guess he didn't. Or they spotted it that way.
Here's an amazing thing about Dickerson, who's back in the game now. John Robinson said he won't take a tough hit if it means making a 2-yard gain out of a 1-yard gain. But if you need the first down, he'll punish you.
And this is a big, big need here.
Ball is loose again. Dickerson, I think, spun for the first down. Redskins are saying they have it.
One official saying the ball is down. One official started to point that the Redskins had it. And there's going to be a delay here.
The ball is ruled down. He did not make the first down.
He didn't make the first down.
The other way.
Well, they talk about a game of inches. Here it is. They said that there was no fumble and he was down. Now watch him. He starts from the I formation real deep. Gets a good hit there. Spins off it. Is going down. You can see here's a marker right in front of us that he doesn't reach the marker.
After taking another look at it, the instant replay official decided that Dickerson had in fact fumbled. His 3rd fumble of the day. On the Rams' next drive, when it was too late to really matter, Jim Everett was intercepted by Alvin Walton, and Jess Atkinson went on to kick his fourth field goal, this time from 19 yards. For the record, Jim Everett was intercepted one more time before the end, and when the end came, the Washington Redskins had beaten the Los Angeles Rams 19-7. So in the NFC Divisional Playoffs, it'll be the Washington Redskins playing in Chicago. The Giants will be at home at Giant Stadium. They will play the San Francisco 49ers. It's going to be especially tough for the Washington Redskins going into Chicago. Chicago's Soldier Field is windy, it's cold, and it's going to be especially tough for them because they may have lost, because of injuries, their two all-pro offensive linemen on the left side. That would be Big Joe Jacoby and Russ Grimm. Okay, we promised you earlier Bill Parcells with his view of the playoffs. Here he is once again with John Smith.
The Giants play the 49ers. Your view of the 49ers?
Well, I think the 49ers, the last month of the season, were playing as well as any team in the league. We had a very difficult game with them on Monday night in San Francisco during the 12th week of the season. We were losing the game 17-0 at halftime and managed somehow, I don't know how, to come back and win it. You have to be at an optimum level to beat San Francisco. They continue to put pressure on you throughout the course of the game, and it's one of those teams that you play where you never feel that the lead is safe, that you're never really in control of the game. So we have to be alert, and it's a very fine line this time of year, and if you let up for a second, it could be over.
On to the Bears and Redskins. You know the Redskins about as well as anybody. How do you see this game?
Well, I would give the Redskins normally a good chance against the Bears, but I think they suffered some very severe injuries in their wild card game against the Rams, and they have a short week in that they have to play Saturday in Chicago with only 6 days rest. And I think if Washington's team is healthy, they will have a good chance against the Bears. If they're not healthy, I don't give them any chance at all.
Everybody has an opinion of the Bears. It seems as though that's the situation in this country. They're a very controversial team. Last year they were a super team. What's your opinion of the Bears this year?
I think their defense is magnificent. I think it's the top defense in the league. We've tried to approach them, but I don't think we've reached their level yet. I think we're close, but we're not in a class with them on defense yet. They've had some quarterback problems with McMahon being hurt, and I think it's just a question if someone can come in and not cost the Bears the opportunity to win the game. I don't think the quarterback has to do that much for them to win, but if he's an inhibiting factor, then I think Washington could get him.
Let's move on to the AFC. The Jets play the Cleveland Browns. How do you see that game?
I think the Jets will have to play very well to win in Cleveland. I think they're capable of doing it, but I think they're going to have to play very well. I think the weather in Cleveland this time of year could be a very inhibiting factor. The Jets do have a good running game. So does Cleveland. I like Cleveland at home. I think the Jets are going to have to play extremely well to beat Cleveland.
Now, what about our old team, the Patriots, playing the Broncos?
Well, of course, I'm a little prejudiced there. I would love to see New England win, and there's still players at New England that I was involved with as a coach, and I was extremely happy for Steve Grogan coming in on that Monday night and Stanley Morgan and playing so well, and it was just a terrific performance by Grogan, and I kind of think New England might be able to pull it off in Denver. Again, I don't think it's going to be easy, but I think that with Grogan at the helm, so to speak, they have a good chance.
Predictions. The Super Bowl 21. Assuming the Giants are there, who do you think will be there with them?
Well, I'd like to be able to assume the Giants are there. I can assure you that I'm not doing that. My guess in the AFC, Cleveland.
John Smith with Bill Parcells. And here on Channel 4, our coverage of the playoffs continues on Sunday at 6 o'clock with the first pair of divisional games. The New York Jets at the Cleveland Browns and the Washington Redskins at the Chicago Bears. Then on Monday at 8:30 in the evening, it's the New England Patriots at the Denver Broncos and the San Francisco 49ers at the New York Giants. And finally, as we promised this evening, the video to end all videos. It's by the Cleveland Browns. And it's about a dream they have of winning a Super Bowl ring. But no Super Bowl ring has ever been won this way. The video features the Cleveland Browns football players, a local singer, and Tiny Tim. Remember Tiny Tim from back in the 50s and the 60s? We think you are going to enjoy it. Good night, everyone.
Look, it is the counsel of the Lord of the League, and there he stands.
Hi, fellas. Welcome to my nightmare.
We mean to have the ring of the masters of the gridiron.
Only those who have conquered on the bloody plain will wear the master's ring. Look to the field, minions of Modella. Your enemies await you.
There will be another lover. I won't even try. I'm gonna keep it undercover. I found out hard that heroes die hard. Just for a moment, I thought we really might need it. Just for a moment, I thought we had it in our hands. There won't be another lover. I won't even try. I'm gonna keep it undercover. Yeah.